Good morning on a chilly, windy Sunday in Atlanta. We are looking at Midtown right now where, hey, at least we've got some sunshine. It looks really nice, doesn't it? How you feeling this morning after we lost that hour of sleep last night? Good morning. I'm Megan Packer. Thanks for joining us here for Atlanta News First Plus. We've got an update on some of the day's top news stories and your forecast. But yes, hopefully you were able to just relax a little bit this morning. At least it's Sunday. Hopefully you're just taking it easy and trying to play catch up after we sprung forward overnight. So who is looking forward to it being later at night? So excited. Okay, so we will check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazi in just a moment. She's here standing by to help you plan not only the day ahead today, which is a lot chillier than what we've been feeling, but she's going to tell us about a warm up in our forecast. But right now, let's talk about some of the stories making headlines from overnight, including this, a shooting investigation that is underway in downtown Atlanta. Here's what we can tell you right now as we continue to piece together information. Atlanta police are investigating a shooting after a shooting victim approached an officer saying that he had been shot. You can see the police response is in what may look like a familiar area. This is downtown Atlanta, Piedmont Avenue, right near GSU's campus, and a lot of the focus was on that racetrack gas station that's been shut down for about 2 weeks now. We're learning that the gunshot victim approached an officer who was at that gas station asking for help, saying he had been shot. We are told by a GSU spokesperson that police canvassed the area. They did not find any shell casings, so they still don't know where that shooting took place, according to the GSU spokesperson. The victim was shot in the backside. That racetrack, though, where the victim showed up, just closed 2 weeks ago after a string of violence, several shootings that had happened there. So again, we at least know officers were there last night, and that's why someone approached them, letting them know that they had been shot. But still a lot of questions that need to be answered here, mainly where did the shooting take place, who did it involve, and where does that investigation stand? But right near GSU's campus, right across the street from some dorms. So no doubt this is on the mind of students as they wake up to this news, if they already didn't see all of that police activity last night. As we get information about this throughout the day from Atlanta police, we will continue to keep you updated. Another shooting investigation in Atlanta last night. This one where police say a 15 and a 16-year-old boy were shot in downtown Atlanta, and a woman who they're calling an innocent bystander was also shot. And it happened in the evening time, just after 6 p.m., It was on Peachtree Street near Andrew Young International Boulevard. All three are expected to be okay. Police have not shared more information about this one yet either, as far as what led up to it. It was a big day for politics in Georgia yesterday. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump were both here in the Peach State holding rallies ahead of our state's primary election day, which is coming up on Tuesday. President Biden was in Atlanta. Donald Trump was in Rome. And your reminder, primary election day is Tuesday. Polls will be open that day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Athens Clark County Police have a teenager in custody right now related to the shooting death of a 3-year-old boy. Let's look at that photo again. This is 17-year-old Julian Cubillos. He is facing murder and gang charges related to the death of a 3-year-old little boy from Friday night. Police are still looking for 2 other suspects, 16-year-old Jaden Brown and 18-year-old Dacius Eccles, who face the same charges. Athens Clark County Police were called out here to the Hallmark Mobile Home Park Friday evening after 2 children were shot. We're told one of them was taken to the hospital and did survive the shooting, but sadly a second child, a boy who was just 3 years old, was killed. Zoo Atlanta wants you to just have a heads up about a scam that it's making the rounds on social media. Take a look here. They say if you see this, it's a promotion that looks like it's from the account Wild Wonderland. It's offering 4 tickets for $6.95. This is a scam. The zoo says if you do want to find a deal, you should go directly to their website or contact the park directly. And speaking of the zoo, they are asking for your help in naming An adorable baby rhino. You have until 11 o'clock tonight to submit your name suggestions for the baby rhino. And then the rhino naming madness begins. The zoo will randomly pick 7 suggestions along with 9 from the rhino care team. The Sweet 16 for voting starts March 20th, and the winning name will be announced on April 11th. The southern white rhino calf was born on Christmas Eve and has just recently started venturing out into the zoo's rhino habitat. So we know a lot of you are creative out there. So let us know. What are you thinking? You've got until 11 o'clock tonight. And that'll be fun. Kind of the March Madness of naming a rhino. All right. Well, thanks so much for checking in with us here. I'm Megan Packer. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi as we take another live peek outside in Midtown. Where, Courtney, it looks gorgeous. It's so nice that the rain is behind us.
Yes.
We're set for a while with the rain, although I know you are tracking that it is back in the forecast. But it's nice to dry out and see the rain for at least a little bit.
Yeah, really going to be a pretty looking day, but maybe not going to feel quite so nice because it's going to be so chilly. We've had a really nice string of mild days, but overall today is going to feel a little more like winter, so just something to prepare for. I am First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in with us. We have quite a few things to talk about. We have some dry and warm days. We have rain, and of course, the cold and wind today. We're going to bring you through all of it to get you ready for the week ahead. First, I want to play a little catch up here. Yesterday, we picked up just over half an inch of rain at the airport, and so for this month, that brings our grand total. Now, mind you, we've only had 9 full days of March to 6.59 inches of rain. So that puts us in a surplus for this point in the month of over 5 inches. Usually in a normal March, we pick up like 4.5 inches of rain or so. So we're definitely doing okay in the rainfall department. Thankfully, we'll get a few dry days. So hopefully that will help the ground kind of rebound a little bit because as you can see, we have another First Alert weather day on Friday as more rain and storms return to the forecast, maybe even some heavier downpours as well. Temp versus wind chill today, this is what it looks like. So as we make our way towards noon, temperatures will be near 50 degrees. It'll feel more like the low 40s. And today we'll top out in the mid to upper 50s, but it'll really only feel like the low to mid 50s at best with that northwest wind between 15 to 20 miles per hour. But gusts will be between 25 to 30 for metro. If you live in our more mountainous counties, so Towns, Union, Lumpkin, and White County, you're in a wind advisory, I should say, until 8 o'clock tonight for gusts 35 to 40. So if you live in the higher elevations of the mountains, it's going to get really windy up there. 40 mile per hour wind gusts, that's tropical storm force. So just be sure that you are being mindful of that. If you have any kind of loose lawn furniture that's kind of light, just something that you'll probably want to kind of tuck aside with the wind today. That wind will gust highest in the early afternoon through about 6 o'clock. And then as we make our way past sunset, which, by the way, sunset tonight, closer to 8 o'clock, the wind will start to die down. Here's a look at our overnight lows tonight. Now, as the wind dies down and the skies stay clear, that'll allow temperatures to drop really quickly. Of course, we had our cold front move through yesterday, so colder air is currently spilling in. It'll really settle in and get the chance to settle in overnight tonight. Now, the sunset there, 7:42, and lows will drop into the low to mid 30s. So because we have the potential to go near or below freezing, we do have a freeze warning. That'll start tonight at 11 and go until 9 o'clock Monday morning. That's for just about all of Metro, with the exception of the mountains. The mountains haven't started their growing period yet. It's still too early, but some of the, commercial farmers in the area probably have already started getting the ground ready for things like peanuts and blueberries and peaches. A lot of you have probably started your spring gardens, so you might want to cover those up just to keep them a little extra toasty overnight because that cold will be a shock to the system for them. Now, as we head into Friday, that's our First Alert weather day. Remember, we're going to stay dry for most of the work week, but Friday is the exception to that rule. We'll have a cold front move in. That's going to bring the chance for scattered rain and storms. No major flood threat with this. Definitely think we could have some ponding in the roadways, but this isn't going to be quite as messy of a rain system as we saw Wednesday and then yesterday. And we'll watch for a severe potential. Storm Prediction Center is kind of mentioning it, but they're not set on it, so we'll keep an eye on that as we go through the week. So, and that rain, unfortunately, could continue into Saturday, which you'll see on our 7-day forecast here. So here's a look at what to expect over the next 7 days. Upper 50s today, mid to upper 50s, breezy, cool. We'll have a cold morning tomorrow in the low to mid 30s, so as you're stepping out for work and school tomorrow, just make sure that you are bundling up, have the coat handy. Low 60s tomorrow, so high temperatures will rebound quite nicely. We'll be closer to 70 degrees on Tuesday. It'll be a beautiful day, but you'll still need the jacket in the morning. And then we go in the 70s Wednesday, closer to 80 degrees on Thursday. And then we'll have another first alert weather day on Friday for rain and storms returning. Models are really favoring the afternoon and evening with this storm system, but we'll be able to fine tune all that closer to the day. And a few showers could linger into the weekend with temperatures staying in the 70s. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in for your top headlines and, of course, your forecast. We always appreciate it. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine today. Stay warm, and we will catch you here next time.